So I'm Alexander Sharia Johnny, born June 5th, 1984, mole on the right hand, penguin, duck birthmark. So key point, if you haven't realized, some of these kids you're relying on for information and evidence, a lot of them are drug addicts, crackheads, heroin addicts, big time druggies. One, they're also criminals, big time criminals, drug dealers, involved in organized crime, RICO, terrorism, illegal weapons manufacturing and distribution. So you're some of these kids peddling their videos as evidence, which is really manufactured nonsense, who are also involved in frame bets. We also have more than conflicts of interest like multi-trillion-dollar lawsuits, life in prison, and the death penalty, whose parents are also culpable because of their children's crimes or maybe even accessories or accomplices, who also have more than conflicts of interest such as multi-trillion-dollar lawsuits, life in prison, and potentially the death penalty for being involved in terrorism. You're relying on those people for information and evidence, people who are terrorists, involved in RICO, and big-time betting manipulation. And when you're a betting manipulator, especially if you're an investigator manipulating bets, that means you're a liar. So you're relying on liars, known liars, involved with big-time betting manipulation for information and manufactured evidence. One, you're also relying on known liars involved in frame bets, because when you're framing someone, you're lying. You're also relying on known evidence manufacturers for information. And when you're manufacturing evidence, you're lying. So what you're making your decisions upon or whatever's going on is you're relying on information and evidence collected by known liars, betting manipulators, which are known liars, evidence manufacturers who manufacture fake videos to manipulate bets, known liar, terrorists who are criminals claiming they aren't involved in terrorism as a liar, even though you see intimidation and coercion of civilian populations, which is terrorism. Guys involved in RICO, which is a mafia-like crime, who claim it's not a RICO, even though there's illegal gambling, blackmail, betting manipulation, extortion, attempts to murder, conspiracy to murder, tax evasion. Ask them if they're paying their gambling taxes if they're these little gambling shitbags. But keep in mind, these kids who you're getting info from are known liars, evidenced by the fact they're betting manipulators, evidenced by the fact that they are involved with evidence manufacturing, evidenced by the fact they're involved in frame bets. And then not to mention they're criminals, so they don't have a lot of ethics. Big time criminals. We're not just talking small time pothead or something. Some of these guys are crack addicts, heroin addicts, drug dealers, murderers, rapists, terrorists. I mean, some of these guys are terrorists. And then they got more than conflicts of interest. And then when you explore where their more than conflicts of interest came from, such as the crimes they're involved in on me, such as the lies they've told in court, hence more known liar evidence, such as their attempts at frames, you'll start wondering, so I got all this evidence from known liars and people involved in frame bets and RICO with more than conflicts of interest, who've already got caught manufacturing evidence so many times, it's scary, such as slandering themselves and then trying to sue for slander when they got caught slandering themselves. I have more evidence of a known liar. So these are key points. And these are the people you rely on for information. Bet my life. I'm Alexander Sharia Johnny, born June 5th, 1984. So you should factor that into analysis. Yeah, the more conflicts of interest are very important to factor in, as well as the fact that you collect information from guys involved, some called Frame Squad, some involved with frame bets, some who've already been caught manufacturing evidence and orchestrating frames, amongst other things. Not to mention involved in terrorism, organized crime, and RICO, and big-time betting manipulation. Praise Jesus. Key point, very key point.